Sean, we have to look them up now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to historic Greenfield Village and the Greenfield Village Railroad. For the safety of our younger riders, we ask that the adults with them place themselves on the outside of the road. If that's not practical, please hold them or have them easily in your reach. Remain seated till we come to a complete stop. Keep all your body parts inside the car. No eating, please. No smoking. Thank you. Our trip around the village will take approximately 30 minutes. We'll have 2 additional stops. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Greenfield Village is divided into historic districts. The Henry Ford Model T district is first on the
Are you ready at Susquehanna?
Visit Henry Ford's birthplace. It's the white farmhouse built in 1861. He was born there in 1863. He moved it here in 1944 from 3¼ miles away, which is now the corner of Ford Road and Greenfield Road. Main Street District is where the Wright Brothers home and cycle shops are. Their authentic buildings come to us from Dayton, Ohio, built in the 1870s. Learn about the beginning of aviation there. Visit Mrs. Cohen's millinery shop in downtown Detroit, built about 1860. Next to hers, the H.J. Hines building, built in 1835 in Sharpsburg, Pennsylvania. And Sir John Dennis Meat Shop in London, England, all on Main Street. Behind the Ford Motor Company to the left is the loading dock for the Model T.
That's cool.
Edison at Works is the next historic district. Thomas Edison is credited with 1,093 U.S. patents. Many more from England, France, and Germany. On the village green is the Logan County Courthouse, the Abraham Lincoln practice law, built in 1840 in Lincoln, Illinois. The gray building is the rebuilt Mental Health Laboratory, and the gold building we're approaching is Sarah Jordan's boarding house. Many of the men who worked for Edison at the lab lived there. It's one of the first buildings in the United States wired for electricity. Next to Sarah Jordan is Edison's official Fort Myers, Florida laboratory. And around the corner from him is the Luther Burbank Garden Hall, the only building from the west coast of the United States in the village, built in 1906 in Santa Rosa, California. The 1832 Ackley covered bridge stops us from South Pennsylvania. Please sit down up in front. This is the entranceway into Porches and Parlors District. Here you can visit historic homes such as Noah Webster's 1823 home from New Haven, Connecticut, Robert Frost home, the Maddox farmhouse, the Hermitage slave quarters in McGuffey's Canada, all up on Maple Lane and more. Up that sidewalk and to the right, the sandstone complex is the Cotswold Cottage, built in 1619 in Chadsworth, County England. We'll be stopping here. This is Susquehanna Station, the first of 2 stops. Remain seated, please. Wait for that whistle from the engineer. It'll come from up front. Once you hear that, then you can exit on the left side only. It's safe now to exit on the left. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please remain seated. We'll be departing momentarily. Well, we're on our way now to Smith Street Depot at the far north end of Greenfield Village, just at the top of the neck. The white building here is the Susquehanna Plantation, built in the very early 1800s. Just from St. Mary's County, Maryland, on the production of 700 acres of tobacco, wheat, and corn. The rust-colored building is the oldest American-made building in the village, dating to the early 1600s. The Plimpton House, where Mr. and Mrs. Benton raised 7 children in that small building in South Sudbury, Massachusetts. The windmill is the Ferris windmill, considered the oldest in the United States, built in 1640 on Cape Cod. It was a gift to Henry IV by his National Beer Association in 1936. The dark gray building next to us, the Daggett Farmhouse, dating to 1754 from Andover, Connecticut. You might want to stop back and talk to those people in Imperial Building. They love to talk about life in this country before the American Revolution. Horses are perch-run draft horses, those gentle giants that do a lot of work in Greenfield Village, pulling the carts and wagons and working the farm. They get their legs off the hard surfaces of Greenfield Village, back out onto terra firma for 4 days in a row, relaxing before they're put back into service throughout the village. The historic locomotive from yesterday is the No.3 Torch Lady, the oldest operating steam locomotive in the United States. 150 years old this year, built in 1873. It originally worked the copper mines of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, donated to us about 1968. It's the last of its kind.
I see some sprinkles.
The 8-foot serpentine wall on the right side was built in 1953. It separates Greenfield Village from the Ford test track, where cars and trucks are tested before production.
The horses are down there.
Oh yeah.
The area we're going through now is the wetland and wildlife preserve. There are some white-tailed deer, fox, and coyote back here. Various birds such as blue herons, white egrets, red-tailed hawks, and turkeys.
Going pretty good speed, aren't we?
We're probably going 50 miles per hour.
I'm going pretty good speed.
Yeah.
The Henry Ford is a non-profit, independent educational institution not affiliated with the Ford Motor Company or the Ford Foundation. We're supported by our donors, our members, and our guests. The open field here is Walnut Grove. It's an activities field throughout our season. We do many things in part out here. Every Saturday and Sunday during the summertime, it's historic baseball using 1867 baseball rules, where baseball gloves are optional and not preferred. Our Old Car Festival is coming up, and we'll be doing things out here in September for Old Car Festival. The buildings up on the hill are the backside of Fortune and Carlos, the red brick building with Noah Webster's home. The large complex we're approaching is the Henry Ford Academy, a charter high school. Over 525 students attend. They're selected through a lottery system from Wayne County. Graduation rate exceeds 95%. The curriculum focuses on science, technology, engineering, the arts, and math. The 10th, 11th, and 12th graders have classrooms out here in the village. The 9th graders are in the indoor museum. When Henry Ford opened Greenfield Village in 1929, he wanted to convey the inspiration of the American genius to the students. With Henry Ford, it was students first. He could be seen with them in the classrooms and on field trips. He wanted to inspire them through America's tradition of ingenuity, resourcefulness, and innovation. We continue that here today. There are 3 Pullman cars that are approaching on the left. They're attached in the center, and they are part of the senior class process. In the classrooms here, getting things ready for our students in a couple of weeks. On the left side of the small white stone building is the Martha Mary Chapel, a non-denominational chapel, very popular for weddings throughout our season. The name comes from Henry Ford's mother-in-law Martha and Mother Mary, one of the original buildings. Connected to the green building, just a little bit down the way there, is the Eagle Dinner. The cafeteria-style restaurant. Taste of history. The Eagle Tavern is the white building a little farther down. Built in 1830 in Clinton, Michigan, about 50 miles away. There's where you can experience a sit-down meal for people serving in the area locally. We'll be taking a right turn here, heading to Railroad Junction, stopping at Smith Street Depot platform. We'll be there for 4 minutes, and then Conductor Christine will take you up to the front gate. You may see this for now, please. Wait for the whistle. Once you hear the whistle, then you can get up and exit on the left. You're in walking distance to the 1913 Herschel's building carousel, the playground, Edison illuminating company, Smith Street Depot, and the new Detroit Central Marketplace, all in this area. Greenland City. Is safe.
If it's not practical, make sure that they are held or easily within your reach. We're heading over to the
Bye.
Firestone Station, which is the entrance to the Greenfield Village. Remain seated. Please stay in your place as the train is moving. Thank you. We'll wave goodbye to Tom, Kaylee, Norm, and Bill. Thank you for making sure we got out on time today. We are in Railroad Junction District. The Smith Creek Depot that you see on your left was built in 1858 from a small town which was 10 miles west of Port Huron, Michigan. The Grand Trunk Railway made this depot with a home attached to the depot. When you go inside, a station presenter there will tell you about the life of the station master and why Henry Ford bought this particular depot back in 1928. Learn about the young Thomas Edison connection with this depot. Across the street is our Edison Illuminating Power Plant from Detroit. Young Henry Ford had his very first professional job as chief steam engineer there. Across the street is our Detroit Central Marketplace. Built in 1860, we have wonderful venues that take place especially on the weekends here. Now we're in our train operations. Over to the far left is our Detroit Toledo Milwaukee Roundhouse that was built in the year 2000, made to look like one from Marshall, Michigan in 1884. In fact, some of the bricks and iron implements have been put into this structure. The Pierre Marquette turntable is how they, is manually operated, built in 1901. That's how they get the locomotives and other rolling stock in and out of the roundhouse. Roundhouses like this have disappeared. There are fewer than 10 left that function. We have one because we have 3 steam locomotives which require daily maintenance and service. Liberty Craft Works is our next district where you can see glass blowing, pottery making, weaving, and a printing shop. Our artisans are working just like they did back in the 1880s using similar tools and skills. Visit the Davidson Gerson Gallery of Glass. Enjoy seeing glass pieces from the 1700s to modern day. We are now coming into our working farms district. Here you can enjoy the sights, sounds, and smells of a real working farm. The farmhouse on the right is from Columbia, Ohio, built in 1828. It's the birthplace of Harvey Firestone. He's the person who supplied Henry Ford with tires for the Model T cars. At our farm, we have fruit trees in the orchards, we have crops growing in the field, livestock in the barn, and in the pastures as well, which would have been true to the Firestone family back in the late 1880s. Our staff are dressed in period clothing as well, and they are carrying on the chores on this farm. The crops that you see on either side of the train were grown from heirloom varieties, and they would have been true to what the Firestone family would have had on their farm. There's cattle at the far right back. And, over to the far left, you'll see that they already, they're grooming the field right now. That's Morgan. She's working just like they would have back in 1885. And they're preparing the field to plant buckwheat. It's a blizzard crop. We are now getting into the Firestone station. Please remain seated. The engineer will set a brake and give us the sound of a single whistle, letting us know it's safe to come off the train. Should you be boarding, you're going to exit to your right side at the station. We're going to be here for about 8 minutes, and then we're moving on to our next station, Susquehanna. Wave hello to and our station master as we come in. Again, stay seated, wait for it to completely stop. Stay seated, wait for it to completely stop. Thank you. It is safe to come off the train.
Peace.